Most people think saving money is the key to getting rich. They hold on tight to every dollar, afraid that if they spend it, they'll lose it forever. But that's a lie sold to you by the same system that wants to keep you working for the rest of your life. The truth is darker. Money only multiplies when it moves. The rich don't hold their money, they deploy it. Every dollar they spend is a soldier sent to conquer more. Meanwhile, the poor keep their money locked in cages, thinking that's safety, but it's actually financial death. You were trained to fear loss. Since childhood, people told you, save your money, don't take risks, play it safe. They didn't realize they were giving you the mindset of a servant. The master doesn't fear loss, he uses it. The master knows that the only way to gain real power is to exchange short-term comfort for long-term control. Every empire, every fortune, every dynasty was built by someone who spent when everyone else saved. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He saw that power always comes to those who dare to risk their resources strategically. If you're ready to understand why your savings account is actually a prison and how the rich use money as a weapon, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Because what comes next will destroy every safe belief you've ever had about money. Ask yourself this: why do you think billionaires invest millions into businesses, networks, and influence campaigns when they could easily live quietly with what they already have? It's because they know stagnation is decay. If your money isn't working, you're not growing, you're dying.
You think holding money keeps you safe, but safety is an illusion. Inflation eats your savings. Fear freezes your progress. And while you're waiting for the right time, someone else is using their money to buy what you're too scared to chase. Freedom. Let me tell you a secret the rich will never teach you. Money hates stillness. It decays in silence. It grows only when it circulates through opportunity, risk, and movement. That's why the wealthy seem fearless when spending. They aren't spending, they're investing in power. Every move is calculated. Every expense is a strategy. Poor people see spending as loss. Rich people see it as leverage. Ever notice how the average person celebrates saving a few dollars while the rich spend thousands to attend private dinners, masterminds, or exclusive rooms? The difference isn't just wealth, it's psychology. The poor protect their money. The rich protect their position. Because once you lose your position, your money won't save you. You'll always be one bad decision away from starting over. Let's test your mindset. Imagine you had $1,000. Would you buy new clothes, upgrade your phone, or invest it into a skill that could make you $10,000 later? Most people will choose comfort. That's why they stay trapped. They trade power for pleasure. They buy to impress people who don't care about them, instead of buying access to people who could change their lives. The harsh truth? Your financial future is determined not by how much you earn, but by what you do with what you earn. The rich understand this rule like it's law. Money is a tool, not a trophy. The moment you start treating money like something to protect, you've already lost the game. Because the game of wealth rewards aggression, not caution. The world doesn't pay you for saving. It pays you for taking calculated risks. You can't build an empire from a savings account. You build it through decisions that scare you. But here's the mistake most people make. They confuse spending with investing. They think all money movement is the same. It's not. When you spend to escape discomfort, that's weakness. When you spend to increase capability, that's power. The poor spend to look rich. The rich spend to become
richer. Every decision is filtered through one question: will this make me stronger in the long run? Think about that. The rich aren't just smarter with money. They're colder. They treat every dollar as a weapon. They spend it to remove weakness, to buy information, to buy time, to buy control. Meanwhile, the average person spends to numb pain, to feel good, to pretend. It's not the amount of money that matters, it's the mindset behind its movement.
And if you think this is about greed, you've missed the point. This is about survival in a system designed to reward motion and punish hesitation. Look around. Opportunities don't wait. They move fast, and they reward the bold. The moment you stop moving, you become irrelevant. Machiavelli would call that the death of fortune, the moment luck abandons you because you refuse to act. Now let me ask you something real. How much money have you lost by playing safe? How many chances have you missed because you were scared to spend? Maybe it was a course you didn't buy, a business you didn't start, a connection you didn't pursue. You told yourself you couldn't afford it, but in truth, you couldn't afford not to. Because every moment you delay growth, someone else is buying your future with their courage. The powerful understand what you don't. Every decision you make with money either strengthens your control or weakens it. Every purchase is a vote for the life you want. If you're constantly buying distractions, you're voting for mediocrity. If you're spending on knowledge, tools, and leverage, you're voting for dominance. The rich don't ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "What will this cost me if I don't do it?" That's the forbidden rule. The poor think in price, the rich think in cost. Price is what you pay now. Cost is what you lose later if you don't act. A poor man says, "That's too expensive." A rich man says, "What will it cost me if I stay the same?" That single mindset shift separates those who grow from those who decay.
You might think this sounds ruthless. It is, because the game of wealth is ruthless. The world rewards those who understand motion, leverage, and timing. It punishes those who wait. You've been told patience is a virtue. That's only true for the weak. For the powerful, patience is a weapon. They use it strategically, not passively. They wait only when it increases their odds, not when it protects their fear. So here's the brutal truth. If you're not using your money to buy power, you're being used by someone who is. Every dollar you hoard is working for someone else. While your money sleeps, theirs is awake, compounding, building influence, buying access, creating opportunities. You're saving your money in a bank? That bank is using your money to make themselves richer. You're saving for safety. Inflation is silently robbing you every day. The game isn't fair, but it is learnable. And once you learn it, everything changes. You start seeing spending differently. You stop feeling guilty for investing in yourself. You stop asking for permission to take risks. You realize that every great empire started with a decision that looked reckless to the average person. Machiavelli would say fortune favors the bold, but more accurately, it favors the strategic. The difference between a gambler and a strategist is control. One throws money into chaos, the other directs it with purpose. That's the first step to real wealth. Understanding that spending is not the enemy. Ignorance is. The poor lose money because they spend without reason. The rich grow money because they spend with intention. It's not about how much you have. It's about how you use it. Money in motion builds momentum. Momentum builds opportunity. And opportunity, when seized, builds power. So stop worshiping money. Start commanding it. Because if you don't control your money, someone else will control you with theirs. Now that you understand the truth about money in motion, let's go deeper into the core principles that separate those who rise from those who stay trapped. These are not theories. These are real tactical rules used by people who build power quietly, strategically, and without mercy.
The poor buy comfort, the rich buy capability. It's that simple. You cannot grow if your money doesn't make you more dangerous in the marketplace. Every dollar you spend should increase your ability to earn more later. That's how empires are built, not by saving, but by transforming spending into skill and advantage. Think about it like this. A man who saves $1,000 might feel smart for a moment, but that money just sits there, slowly dying. Another man uses that same $1,000 to learn sales, copywriting, or investing, something that makes him more valuable forever. A year later, he's making $10,000 a month because he used money to increase his capability. The difference? One played safe, the other played smart. The system doesn't reward hard work. It rewards usefulness. If your skills don't multiply your output, you stay stuck no matter how hard you try. That's why the rich treat education as a weapon. They spend thousands to learn from those already winning. They pay for access to rooms that filter out the noise. Because one good idea, one conversation, one insight can change the entire direction of your life. But most people hesitate. They tell themselves, I can learn it for free. Sure you can, but time is the most expensive currency. Free information costs you years. Paid information costs you money and gives you speed. The rich buy speed. The poor buy time. One builds leverage, the other wastes it. I knew a guy once who refused to spend $200 on a course about freelancing. He said it was too expensive. Instead, he spent 2 years trying to figure it out himself. Meanwhile, another person bought the course, applied it, and within months was earning $5,000 a month. The lesson? Being cheap with money makes you expensive in time. Every time you refuse to invest, you extend your struggle. And Machiavelli would tell you, fortune favors the man who moves fast. Not reckless, but fast. Because opportunities don't last forever. They decay like fruit left untouched. And once they rot, all the potential they held is gone. The bold act while others wait. They use their money to open doors that fear keeps shut.
So when you spend money, ask yourself one question. Does this make me more capable or more comfortable? Because one leads to power, the other leads to weakness. The person who spends to grow becomes unstoppable. The one who spends to escape stays stuck forever. Now that you understand capability, let's talk about something even more powerful: position. The rich don't just buy things, they buy placement. They know that in life, who you stand next to matters more than how hard you work. Money can buy access, and access can buy influence, and influence, in turn, buys everything else. You can be the most skilled person in the world, but if no one sees you, you'll stay invisible. The rich understand that visibility creates opportunity. That's why they spend money to get into rooms where deals happen, not just where people talk. They don't waste time networking randomly. They buy their way into environments where power already circulates. Let me give you an example. A man once paid $10,000 to attend a private event hosted by an investor group. To most people, that sounds insane. But at that event, he met a business partner who helped him make $500,000 within a year. Was that $10,000 an expense or an investment? The poor would call it wasteful. The rich call it leverage. That's how power works. You buy access to higher levels of the game. You position yourself near opportunity, not waiting for it to find you. The poor wait for luck. The rich manufacture it. They spend to enter circles that multiply their influence. They understand that relationships built through money can outlast the money itself. Look at history. Kings didn't just build armies, they bought alliances. They used wealth to strengthen their position before the war even started. That's how they won. Before swords clashed,
Deals were made. Before battles began, influence was bought. That's the same game being played today, only now it's done through investments, partnerships, and social capital. Ask yourself, where does your money go? Toward things that raise your status or things that make you feel good for a few hours? The poor spend on consumption. The rich spend on positioning.
They'll spend $2,000 on travel if it puts them in a room with millionaires, but won't waste $200 on sneakers that make them look rich. Because they know looking rich doesn't make you rich. Being seen by the right people does. But here's the dark truth. You'll never get access if you're scared to pay for it. The system is built to filter the broke-minded from the opportunity-minded. That's why most people never get inside. They can't handle the price. They think in scarcity, not strategy. They see doors as walls. But every door opens with the right payment, not always in money, but in value, sacrifice, or boldness. Let's say you want to build a business. You can try doing it alone, slowly, painfully, or you can pay for mentorship, join a high-level community, and learn directly from those who already did it. One path costs money, the other costs years. You choose your price, but either way, you pay. So stop asking how to save money. Start asking how to use money to buy position. Because when you're in the right place, opportunities chase you instead of the other way around. The higher your position, the less effort you need. That's leverage, the art of making others or systems work for you. And once you taste that kind of power, you'll never go back. Because you'll realize that the goal was never just to make money. It was to make money work for you. That's the shift that separates the rich from the poor forever. Machiavelli would call it the art of controlled risk. Spend strategically to strengthen your position before making your next move. You don't enter the arena blind. You pay for information, alliances, and weapons. Then you strike. That's how power is built, quietly, deliberately, with money as your sword. Leverage is the hidden engine of every fortune. It's what allows one man to control the efforts of 1,000 without lifting a finger. It's what turns a single decision into a chain reaction of wealth. And here's the dark truth. Leverage always costs money. The poor avoid it. The rich buy it. Leverage means using your money to multiply your output. It's how the rich escape the trap of trading time for income. They spend to build systems, hire talent, and use tools that work even while they sleep. A poor man tries to do everything himself to save money, but that mindset keeps him small forever. A rich man asks, how can I spend money to make 10 people work while I rest? Think about it. If you make $50 an hour, but spend hours doing tasks someone else could do for $10, you're not saving. You're losing $40 every hour. The rich understand this math instinctively. They use money to buy time, focus, and scale. They delegate what doesn't matter and pour energy into what does. Every dollar they spend on leverage buys them back hours of power. Let me give you a story. A man named Elias started a small online business. At first, he did everything: marketing, design, emails, customer service. He was exhausted and barely earning. One day, he decided to hire a virtual assistant for $300 a month. That decision doubled his income within weeks. Why? Because he freed his time to focus on sales and strategy. He spent money, but what he bought was momentum. That's leverage. The poor will call it wasteful. They'll say, I'll just do it myself. But that's how the system traps you. It keeps you busy so you never build anything big. The rich understand that money exists to buy freedom from tasks that drain you.
That's how they climb higher. They replace themselves in the system piece by piece until the machine runs without them. Machiavelli would say that the wise ruler never swings his own sword when he can hire a soldier to do it. That's leverage. You don't fight every battle. You pay to command the army. The same applies to money. Don't be the worker. Be the commander who directs capital and people to multiply your results. So if you want to grow, stop hoarding your money out of fear. Use it to buy leverage, tools, automation, team, systems, influence. Every dollar sitting idle is a missed opportunity to expand your reach. The question isn't, can I afford to delegate? It's, how much longer can I afford to do everything myself? Time is the only currency more valuable than money. The poor spend their lives trading it. The rich spend money to get more of it. They understand that every second has a price. Every delay, every hesitation, every "I'll do it later" is a cost you can't get back.
Poor people treat time like it's endless. They'll waste days trying to save a few dollars. They'll stand in line for hours to get a discount. They'll take the long route just to avoid paying a toll. The rich do the opposite. They'll spend money to move faster, to skip the line, to buy speed, because they know that time, not cash, is the real treasure. Here's something few people understand. The faster you move, the more opportunities you see. The world hides rewards from the slow. The reason the rich get richer isn't just luck. It's that they can move faster. They can decide faster. They can act faster. And they can recover faster from mistakes because they didn't waste their time hesitating. A man who values his time knows that money is renewable, but time is not. He can always make more money, but he can never make back a wasted year. That's why the rich spend aggressively to reclaim their time, hiring assistants, automating work, outsourcing what doesn't matter. Every purchase is a decision to buy hours of life back. I once met a consultant who charged $5,000 for a single session. When asked why his rate was so high, he said, "Because I can save you 5 years." That's how the rich think. They don't pay for information, they pay for acceleration. They pay for shortcuts that collapse time. And that's why they win, because while others crawl, they sprint. Ask yourself, how much time do you waste on things that don't grow you? How many hours vanish doing tasks you could easily delegate or automate? Every wasted hour is a piece of your potential gone forever. Every smart purchase that saves you time is a step toward freedom. And here's the Machiavellian truth. Control over time is control over power. The man who controls his time controls his future. The man who doesn't serves someone who does. Here's where the game becomes colder. Substitution is the art of using money to replace what others depend on. The rich use it to make themselves irreplaceable and everyone else replaceable. It's a silent form of dominance that most people never notice until it's too late. When you can substitute yourself, your business, or your influence into places others can't reach, you own the game. The poor depend on one source of income, one job, one client, one platform. The rich use money to build multiple paths, so when one fails, another rises. That's substitution, replacing weakness with options. For example, a content creator relying on one platform is vulnerable, but a smart creator spends money to build an email list, ads, and distribution across multiple channels. So if one platform collapses, his empire stays intact. That's not luck, that's design. The same principle applies to business, relationships, and power. Control comes from options, and options cost money. Let's take another example. A business owner who relies entirely on one supplier is weak. But if he spends to build 2 or 3 backups, he's untouchable. If one collapses, he substitutes instantly. He doesn't panic, he pivots.
That's how powerful people stay calm during chaos, because they already paid for their escape routes. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. A ruler who depends on others is never safe. But a ruler who can replace anyone at any time becomes unstoppable. In modern terms, that means using money to build independence. You can't be controlled if you've already bought your alternatives. This principle doesn't just apply to systems, it applies to life. Spend to create substitution in your income, your influence, your skills. The poor depend on one paycheck. The rich build streams that feed them no matter what. The poor depend on one boss. The rich build networks that keep them employed even when the economy crashes. Substitution means power through replacement, and replacement costs money up front, but it buys peace forever. The moment you can replace your dependencies, you're free. So when you spend, think like a strategist. Every dollar should either buy leverage, time, or substitution. Those three together create total control. They make you unshakable. They make you dangerous. They make you sovereign.
The poor think spending is about losing. The rich know spending is about shifting, turning money into power, power into time, time into dominance. Here's a dark truth to sit with. Money exists to be used, not stored. Stored money feeds banks and governments. Used money feeds your empire. That's the real difference between slaves of the system and masters of it. The system teaches you to hoard while it uses your hoarded money to expand itself. The rich flip the game. They use money to detach from the system entirely. So remember this, every time you spend, you're not just making a transaction, you're making a move on the chessboard. Every move brings you closer to checkmate or pushes you closer to defeat. Most people don't even realize they're playing. But once you understand this, you'll never look at spending the same way again. The goal isn't to be careful, it's to be calculated. The goal isn't to save, it's to spend strategically. The goal isn't to have money, it's to control what money gives you. And if you play this game well, you'll reach a point where your money doesn't just buy things, it buys power that multiplies itself. If you're ready to stop hoarding and start deploying your money like a weapon, type in the comments, "Money is a weapon." Share this with those ready to break free from the savings trap. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell, because your financial evolution starts now.